Hello and welcome to Accent Excellence. I'm Chuck Lionberger, and coming up on this month's show, we'll take you to the first ever Roanoke County Student Leadership Conference. And we'll have highlights from this year's Arbor Day celebration and the 2018 Little Feet Meet, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So don't go anywhere. Accent Excellence is starting right now.
If you would like to adopt a pet, did you know that you can also go to the RCACP website and their Facebook page to look at pets for adoption? It's easy to do. Simply go to their website at rcacp.org or visit their Facebook page. Both sites include information and pictures of animals waiting to be adopted. Help make a difference in the life of a pet today. Adopt from the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection.
Hi and welcome back to Accent Excellence with the Roanoke County Public Schools Administration Building. And joining me is Brooke Best. She's a junior at Northside High School, and also Julia Booker, who is a junior as well at Cave Spring High School. But Julia and Brooke are both members of the Student Advisory Council. And folks, we're here today for a very special, brand new event that is being put on by the SAC. What's going on today?
Well, today we're holding the first ever Roanoke County Public Schools Leadership Conference. Julia?
So basically, each year we try to create a service project for the county. Last year we did a service day, but this year we decided to kind of go out of our comfort zone and create a leadership conference, which we based off the yearly VHSL Student Leadership Conference that Brooke and I have gone to a couple years in a row. So we just kind of wanted to incorporate those ideas in this conference to introduce ideas of leadership and community to students in Roanoke County who may not be introduced to those already.
So we're all about leadership, and so I guess kind of the first question to really ask is, why is it important for students to understand and learn about leadership?
Well, the reason that we're holding this conference is so that way students can gain the skills that they need to be leaders in their community and in their schools. We think that leadership is important because it can help you problem solve, it can help you kind of live your day-to-day life, and we also think that leadership is important because there's a lot of times in your life where someone needs to step up. Like if someone's being bullied at school, someone needs to step up. And if someone, like if there's a problem or a project, someone needs to step up and be a leader. So we're hoping that the students will learn these skills and then be able to take what they learn back to their base schools.
I think even if students already have those leadership qualities, they can always take a step above and say, what am I going to do in this problem to go a step above and make a difference in my community? And I don't think it always has to be about like leadership in general. I mean, it obviously is. You have to have leadership to be successful, but I hope this conference gives kids a sense of community and a sense of, oh, that's something I could do to be better. That's something I could do to like rise above.
It almost seems like that this is a conference designed to empower leadership.
Our theme this year is Beyond All Limits, and we chose this theme with the thoughts in mind that students will be able to kind of like identify their limits and then be like, well, I can push past this. And we had a keynote speaker, Mr. Jacob Tyree, and he was very inspiring with telling his story and how he is a Paralympian and kind of how he pushed through his limits of being paralyzed, and he was not limited. So we're hoping that students can see, well, if he can do it, I can do it. If all these examples of our speakers today can do it, then like I can go beyond all limits.
Yeah, and as I say, we have a lot of breakout speakers that have come today as well. Can you give me some of the examples of some of the other folks that are here today?
So we have Mr. Bob Duffesty from Chick-fil-A who's speaking about his servant leadership model. We also have Miss Terry Hartley, who was a female pilot in the Air Force. We have the Yovaso Group. We have United Way. We have
Barry Lenore, the camp director at Camp Bethel in Fincastle, Virginia. He's talking about leadership through relationship. So we have a lot of different ways to go about leadership.
Tell me a little bit about the students that are here today. Obviously, some are members of the SAC, but some of the students today are not.
Yeah. Well, when we were in the hallways, there was a girl walking out, and she was like, she was kind of uncomfortable, and Mr. Trent had stopped her, and she was like, smile, this is supposed to be fun. And then she goes, I've never been to something like this before. And so like it kind of puts it into perspective that this is some of the first kind of leadership, or this is kind of the first like special thing that these students have been chosen for in order to learn leadership skills, and kind of like it's a very diverse group of students from each school, and that was our goal, was to try to reach all colors of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think our main goal was pick students who either had leadership skills already or did not. Like, it didn't matter. We just wanted to reach everyone and give them kind of a basis of leadership to just apply everywhere in their life.
Where do you go from here? What's next?
Well, we're hoping, if all goes well, to have a second annual leadership conference. So that's next.
Yeah.
And then
I hope it gets that far.
Yeah.
I think it's been very successful so far today. Like, I'm so happy all these people showed out, and a lot were excited. After we did the icebreaker sessions, they were like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Like, I'm so excited. So I hope that excitement carries in all day and even to next year.
What would you say for those students that are kind of on the fence for this time next year, to say it's okay to step out of your comfort zone and to be a leader?
I think go for it. Like, I remember my 8th grade year in SAC, I didn't say a word. But here I am talking on the news. I think you have to start somewhere. Like, you have to start simple. You can't expect to be awesome, a leader, like, oh, I'm doing so many things. You have to start somewhere. You have to create that basis.
And you can also find genuine friendships and things like this.
Yeah.
Like Julie and I, 8th grade, we didn't talk to each other.
No.
We sat with people we knew, and just like kind of growing from there. We've grown our friendship and also like our leadership ability from the opportunity that the Student Advisory Council has given us.
Absolutely. So it's been a very successful concert again, or conference. We want to thank all of those guest speakers who have come today, and again, congratulations to you and to all the members of the SAC who have put on this leadership conference. And again, hopefully being very successful. We hope that we will see this as an annual event here at Roanoke County Public Schools. So Julie and Brooke, again, thanks so much for being with us, and stay right there.
Thank you.
We have more accent excellence still to come.
A house will always look like a house, but what makes a house a home?
Laughter,
Kindness.
Oh, there it is.
love,
Hope.
family. Could you provide a home to a local youth in need?
Learn more about foster care today and help make a house a home.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. With me is Dana Krecklow. She is the preschool coordinator here at Roanoke County Public Schools. And Dana, we're back and we're talking again about a very exciting event that we do every year here at Roanoke County Public Schools. It's the Little Feet Meet. What's it all about?
Well, the Little Feet Meet is a time of year where students come together with their peer buddies, and we work unified to just have a day of celebrating their strengths, and there's no weaknesses on those days. We just focus on strengths, play unified together with our buddies.
So Little Feet Meet is part of Special Olympics.
It sure is.
And so there's kind of two forms of Special Olympics. There's what we sometimes laughingly call the Big Feet Meet,
Yeah.
which is what you see with some of the older students. But Little Feet Meet is all about the younger students.
Yes, it focuses on students in preschool through 5th grade. So they come together a day at Northside High School. This was the 10th year Northside has hosted the biggest Little Feet Meet in the world. And they come together, and it's just a great, huge community event.
It is a fun event. It is a great event that we get hundreds, if not over 1,000 students from all across the Roanoke Valley. This is not just a Roanoke County event. Roanoke City, Bedford, Botetourt, all over the place, Salem. So, it's a huge event though, but it also brings a lot of confidence to students.
It does. Not just the students participating, but the students at Northside also who volunteer and help out. Northside has really embraced this event over the years, and they have started a Unified Champions Club, and this is their culminating event for the year to come out, volunteer, help, and just make a great day for all the participants.
What's it mean for these kids?
Oh, it means everything to them. Just to see their smiles on their faces, for them be achieving goals. All of them receive ribbons and are just really celebrated on this day.
These are a lot of the students that are participating in Little Feet Meet. They're special needs students.
Yes.
but on this day,
there are no limitations.
They're just special, aren't they?
Yes. They are the stars on this day. They are just champions. Everyone is a champion on this day. There are no limitations for these kiddos.
It takes a lot of work to put this on, doesn't it?
It does. It takes the community involvement, the staff involvement. We have been planning since last fall for this event to take place.
There are a lot of folks we do need to thank, don't we?
We do. We need to thank Bo Hall with Hall Community Services. He graciously every year is a huge sponsor of this event with sponsoring t-shirts for all the participants, for the staff, for the volunteers. This year, Tom McCracken with Community Church, he assisted with feeding all the high school volunteer students who volunteered that day. He provided lunch for them. Kroger, Frito-Lay, Food Line, all them chip in to help with food. Roanoke County Fire Rescue and Police, we could not do this without them. The parents at Northside really embrace this event and come out to volunteer. And Wells Fargo sends a huge amount of volunteers to make this day happen. It takes a lot of people to make this day happen.
And again, and the biggest that we also need to thank, of course, are the staff and the students at Northside High School. This is a day of pride for them, isn't it?
It is. They build on this all year. They work towards this all year. They embrace it. It is part of their school.
Now, coming in here, you said this, of course, was the 10th year for Little Feet Meet. You know, we're already working now to plan.
As soon as this ended, we were already planning for next year.
That's right. Little Feet Meet 2019 is already in the works. And it's important that not only that we have the students there, the student participants and the student volunteers there, but having parents there to cheer on these students.
Oh, it's huge. To see parents in the stand cheering. When we're able to be outside, the weather hasn't cooperated in the last couple of years. The band from Northside is there playing. There's a parade of athletes, just like the Olympics, and just to have fans in the stands to cheer them on is huge.
It's a very, very important event, and again, it's one that we take pride in here at Roanoke County Public Schools. It's a lot of work.
It is. But the payoff is huge. To be able to see those smiles on those kiddos' faces, to see the high fives, to see the hugs, it will touch you until the next year when you attend again.
Yeah, so coming up, so be watching out for next year's Little Feet Meet. It'll be coming up in the spring, sometime usually around either the end of April, sometime early in May. And so we hope that you will come out to Little Feet Meet 2019. It is a fantastic event, as you said.
It is.
It's so well worth it.
It touches everybody who it participates, volunteers, or just comes out to cheer the athletes on. Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you right now, you will not leave without both a smile and maybe a little tear in your eye as well. So Dana, again, congratulations on the 2018 Little Feet Meet. It's in the books. 2019 is in the works.
It is.
So we hope to see you at the 2019 Little Feet Meet again. Dana, thanks so much for being with us. And stay right there. We have a lot more accent excellence still to come.
The Roanoke County Sheriff's Office presents the A.V.O.I.D program, a personal safety class designed to help citizens with information, tips and tricks to help gain awareness of their surroundings, strategies to help plan for the unexpected, and the confidence to deal with encounters that may arise in order to enhance personal safety. The cost of the class is 10 canned goods or non-perishable items, which will be collected at the beginning of the class. Registration is on a first-come, first-served basis. For more info, call 540-283-3107.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. Each year, our schools celebrate Arbor Day with a school program and a ceremonial tree planting. So let's go down to Back Creek Elementary School for this year's program.
As we celebrate Arbor Day, we will be planting 5 new trees in front of the school and on our playground. This is just the beginning of those trees' life. It will take these trees several years to reach maturity. I hope as you play on our playground in years to come that you will enjoy the shade and beauty that these trees will provide all of us for many years to come.
This is a big year for Roanoke County. We have been designated as a Tree City USA community, which is very unique for Roanoke County. We're one of 3 localities in the state of Virginia that hold this designation. So we've been doing this for 20 years now, so this is a big year for everyone. We've been planting trees through partnerships with Roanoke County and Roanoke County school system for 20 years. So everybody give a big hand, because that's very exciting.
Trees are a renewable source of items such as paper, wood, and fuel for our fires and heat for our homes. We, therefore, the Board of Supervisors of Roanoke County, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 27th, today, as National Arbor Day in Roanoke County. And we urge our citizens to plant trees and enjoy the days and the shade that they provide.
I'm proud to be here today on behalf of the Department of Forestry, and I got to tell you, this is my favorite day of the year. This is like birthday and Christmas for a forester all rolled up into one. And I'm so proud to look around the room, look at all the work and the effort that you guys have put into learning about Arbor Day and studying and learning about the value and the benefits of trees. A lot of times we go through life, especially adults, we go through life taking trees for granted. And I just think it's wonderful and important that you guys have taken the time to be so creative and to have written some poems of your own. And I just feel very proud and very special today that we've taken the time to recognize the importance of trees in our lives. And you guys should take an awful lot of pride in what you've done so far, and take a lot of pride especially in the 5 trees that you're planting here on campus. So my hope is that while we plant these trees and we benefit from these trees for a long, long time, and these trees will probably be here long after we're gone, one day those trees will also be used to make some kind of a forest product that'll make a family happy, provide a roof over their heads, furniture in their house, paper and cardboard products to use on a daily basis. You guys have been an awesome group. You've put a lot of effort into Arbor Day, and again, I'm so happy and proud. I spend all of my time out in the woods working with landowners, trying to keep the forests healthy and growing and protecting them from certain things. And the thing that I spend most of my time protecting them from is forest fire. We don't have a lot of forest fires in Roanoke County, thankfully, but occasionally when it gets dry and windy and the fuels, the leaf litter layer, the leaves and the sticks have had time to dry out, our forests will burn just like any forest will. And so part of my job is to protect the animals in the forest. And I brought a friend with me today, and he's wandered off. And knowing my friend, he spends an awful lot of time hungry. Usually I end up having to go to the cafeteria to find him. And so I'm probably going to need your help to get through the school and get him here. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Who am I talking about? I heard somebody say Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear is my pal. He's the fire prevention bear. But today is one of his favorite days because also like me, we get to celebrate trees with the students of Roanoke County. But I guarantee you, he's probably already started on lunch. You guys will be lucky to have any lunch here in an hour or two if Smokey Bear's had much time to kill in the cafeteria. Let's try to get him out of the cafeteria and save some lunch for you and spend a few minutes with him. On the count of 3, let's all yell together, "Hey, Smokey." Are you guys ready to give it a try? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let me take it with mine, and I'll send it to you. Okay. Where did he go?
And there we have highlights from this year's Arbor Day program down at Back Creek Elementary School. We'd like to thank the Roanoke County Park, Rec, and Tourism Department for their support in helping us plant more trees at our schools. Don't go anywhere. More Accent Excellence is coming up.
I want to be cool. I want to be accepted. I want to fit in. I want to be popular.
I want to be invited to parties.
I don't want to be invisible anymore.
I want to be part of the in crowd.
You think you have to drink to be in the in crowd, but giving in to peer pressure isn't going to get you anywhere. Be true to yourself to accomplish your big dreams.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're at the Roanoke County Public Schools Administration Building, and joining me again is Tracy Lee from the Virginia Department of Education. She's a family engagement specialist. And Tracy, we've been talking for a couple of episodes now here on Excellence about trying to encourage positive behaviors with children and dealing with some of those behaviors that maybe are not quite so positive, maybe a little bit challenging. And so on previous episodes, we talked about collecting data and then also about really highlighting positives. But now we're going to kind of go to a somewhat of a challenging topic, oftentimes challenging for parents and students, and it's homework. And you've got some tips for parents to help students be successful with homework, and it's not necessarily about what they're doing as much as how they're doing it.
Right. Well, for all kids, there are certain rules and certain practices you want to put in place at your house to help homework go more smoothly. One of those things that you want to do is you want to have a homework place and a homework time for each child in your house. If you have a homework place, what that shows the child over time is that every time I sit in this chair at this time of day, I start doing my homework. If you think of yourself in taking a shower or driving, a lot of times we do those things and we get to our destination or we finish our shower and we know we've done what we were supposed to do, but we don't have any remembrance of having done it. It's because your brain actually develops pathways so that you know now when you get into the car in the driver's seat and you know what to do. Your body knows what to do. So the same sort of thing will happen with the homework place. When the child goes to that place every day at the same time, the child knows it's time to start homework, and they might not quite as badly. Homework time is also very important. It doesn't need to be the same for every child in your house. Some kids need to come right home from school and do it. Some kids need to run off some energy first. You need to tailor it to your child. Every child in your house needs to have a homework toolkit. That just needs to be some sort of maybe like a plastic container with everything the child could possibly need to do their homework. Because there's nothing worse than getting your child to the homework place at the homework time and needing to find the scissors. And in the 20 minutes it takes you to find the scissors, this kid is off to the races at that point, and you're not going to get them back. Okay, so it's important to have that toolkit right there in the homework place. You want to allow music. Some children do learn better if they listen to music, but not visual media. All TVs, things like that need to be turned off. Help them learn how to break large projects into chunks, and then put target dates on the chunks so that they get the project done over time and they're not waiting until the last minute. It's a really valuable skill to learn. And then you want to have an idea of how your child likes to learn. If your child prefers to learn by hearing, then you might need to talk through some of the material with them. If you can find the way that they like to learn the best, you might get more cooperation from them if you play to that.
This is also another opportunity, I think, where it's really important to have that dialogue with the teacher.
Right,
because
absolutely.
Trying to understand about homework. Homework can be challenging.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I now have some that are that are on high school, some that are beyond high school. If my youngest comes to me and says, "I need help with math," I'm literally going to go, because she's dealing with calculus. I haven't dealt with calculus in 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I may need help from the teacher to be able to help my daughter understand the homework.
Right. And a lot of times, if you just talk to teachers, they are willing to work with you. I know if I'm going to help an older child with math, I'm going to need to relearn that math because, like you said, I don't know how to do it anymore. A lot of times, if you go to a teacher and say, "Hey, can I have one of those books just for the year? I'll check it out. I'll take care of it. I'll get it back to you at the end of the year." That way, when questions come up, I can look at that book and I can figure it out. A lot of teachers are going to work with you on those things. If you tell the teacher, my child is having trouble remembering to bring the worksheets home that he's supposed to do for homework, a lot of times the teacher will have ideas that you can put in place for the child so that they do remember to bring their things home at the end of the day.
And in talking with teacher, because we have several online resources, again, talking about math, IXL and other things like that, these are things that can be practiced at home, but maybe it's something that, that the parent and student can do it together.
Right.
Part of that also, and we talked about this at our last episode, talking about encouraging positive behavior, but it all comes to the point of relationships.
Yes.
And the relationship between a parent and a child, because that can either be something really, really great if done well. It can also turn, unfortunately, very, very poor or even disastrous if not done well. How do we make
Right.
those great relationships?
The stronger your relationship is with your child, the more cooperation you're going to get from that child overall. And there are ways, if you're struggling with a relationship with your child, there are things that you can put in place, there are things that you can do to strengthen that relationship. One of those things is remembering to praise your child. We talked about that in the last episode. It is really important to make sure that you're saying more positive things to your child in a day than negative. It's really, really, really important to do that. Another thing you want to do is you need to actively listen to your child. When your child comes to you to talk, it's very easy for us to be distracted maybe by a cell phone. And they're talking to us and we're looking at a phone going, It's important when your child comes to you and wants to talk to you, put your device down. Shut your laptop. Stop what you're doing, turn your face, look at your child in the eyes, and actually listen to what your child's saying. The older they get, the more you're going to need them to talk to you so that you can get information from them. And if you start when they're young, setting up an environment where they always feel listened to, the chances are higher that they're going to talk to you when they get older. Another thing you want to do is have shared one-on-one fun with your kids. One parent, one child. Having fun together on a regular basis. It doesn't need to be something that is a big deal. It doesn't need to be expensive. It can be as simple as watching an episode of a show together that you both really enjoy. But you need to be doing it one-on-one with each of your kids on a regular basis. It really builds up a relationship.
And one more that you had mentioned that I thought was very surprising, but at the same time, a lot of us kind of went guilty, is if you expect the worst, you're going to get the worst. If
Absolutely.
you expect the best, you never know, you might just get it.
You don't want to presume incompetence with your children. If you presume that they're incompetent, very often you're going to get incompetence. So for example, if your child's getting ready to go to a friend's house and before he leaves, you look at him and you say, now don't run all over their house, don't try to take all their food, don't say that bad word that you just learned the other day and you're throwing around every 5 minutes. Now have fun. What you've basically said to that child is, okay, you're incompetent. I know you're incompetent. You know you're incompetent. Please try not to be so incompetent. You want to deal with negative behaviors, but let them occur first. So the same kid, you could say, hey, remember your manners, have fun, I love you. And then if he does all of those things, when he gets there, you deal with it on the back end. A lot of times, if you presume a child's competent, they're going to surprise you. If you presume that they're incompetent, they're probably not going to surprise you.
So it all is about setting expectations.
Absolutely.
And setting a bar for kids. And I think you would agree that every time we talk about this, the higher the bar, the more they want to hit that bar.
Absolutely. And if you're setting the bar really low by talking to them about all the things they might potentially ever do wrong, the bar is going to be really low.
Well, it's been a lot of great help, and so we hope that you have enjoyed these series of parenting tips. There are many more that are available in our Parent Resource Center, so check us out online on the Roanoke County Public Schools website, or better yet, come on out to our Parent Resource Center. It's located right here at our central office. We have great staff who are ready to help you. And remember, our Parent Resource Center is available for all parents, not just parents of children with special needs. Really, all children have special needs. And
Absolutely.
So our Parent Resource Center is here to help you. We also want to say a very special thank you to Tracy, who's been here with us for these episodes. And so, again, thank you so much for being with us. And, folks, we want you to stay right there because we have a lot more accent excellence still to come.
You cared then. I need you to care now. Don't turn a blind eye to teenage drinking.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Accent Excellence. Don't you love all the artwork? You can come to our central office pretty much at any time and see student artwork lining the hallways. It happens at various times throughout the year, so we'd love to have you come and check out all the student art. Also, we want to remind you that Graduation Live is coming up in June. Graduation is on June the 8th. And you can watch Graduation live. Just go online to the Roanoke County Public Schools website for more information to watch Graduation live. Well, of course, if you also want to find out more information about Roanoke County Public Schools, you can find more on our website. And, of course, remember to like us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Chuck Lionberger. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.